I've created the ultimate portable Shure SM7B setup, and in this video, I'm going to share with you. So some of you may know that I am a freelancer, I make money remotely, and so I can travel quite a bit. Right now I'm in Portugal. Why? Because I just felt like it. I booked an Airbnb and a flight and now I'm in Portugal. And because I make videos, I wanted to bring my SM7B right here with me. Now, why, you might ask? Why would you want to bring such a large mic which requires an audio interface and a source of clean gain like a Cloudlifter or a FET head? Why would you want to bring that when you can just use a small lav mic or like a shotgun mic on top of the camera? And the answer is because this microphone is unbeatable. I'm sorry, this is the microphone. Whatever you're using, you're probably not going to get anywhere near this quality unless you have something that's worth a few grand, and those microphones aren't expensive because they sound 10 times better than this. It's just because they have very specific applications of very specific sounds. This is a notoriously quiet mic. Yes, it does need extra boost. However, it's very directional. It excludes a lot of sound in the room. For example, right now you probably will be able to hear the fact that I have the air conditioning on. However, if I were to use anything else, like I'm going to switch to the camera sound right now and you can hear that, the AC is going to be far more audible in that sound source than in this one. So that's why I want to use this mic, because it's versatile, because it sounds good, because I can use it for podcasting, I can use it for making videos, recording music if I wanted to. Okay, so how did I design this setup that I'm going to show you, that I'm continuously teasing you about? The main point was portability and making it easy to tear down and set up. So I had to have a minimal amount of stuff, and whatever I did bring had to be as small as humanly possible. Oh, and by the way, in a bit I will show you some samples. I'm going to turn the AC off, we're going to talk into the mic. I'm going to show you a version with the FET head, which is what I use for extra gain. I'll explain that in a second. And I'll use one without, just so you get a sense of what's happening, how much cleaner the sound is, and I'll show you the secret audio interface that I'm using for this setup. So let's actually get right in. Here's what the setup looks like in my super secret portable content creation bag, which I'll make a different video about. But as you can see, everything that I need in order to record audio, except for my laptop, fits in this small quadrant of my carry case. So what's in there? Well, of course, you have the microphone itself, which takes up quite a bit of space. It's actually the bulkiest part of the setup. Now, in order to transmit sound, in order to record sound, you have to have an audio interface. This interface basically translates what's happening here physically into digital data, which a computer can then process and interpret as an audio clip. Now, the interface that I'm using is the smallest interface that I could possibly find. Before, I was using the Scarlett Solo Red. We've all seen those, very beautiful, very nice interfaces. However, it's quite large if you want to travel. So I'm using the Shure something 2U MVX something. Has a very unintuitive name, but it's very small. As you can see, it's tiny. In fact, it's about the size of my FET head. So what happens is I have the mic, the audio travels through a cable, and it goes into the audio interface. The audio interface has a USB-C cable on both ends, which connects to my MacBook, which then records the audio. I've tried doing it with my iPhone 13 Pro Max using an adapter. It doesn't seem to work. I've heard rumors that it might work with the 15 Pro Max. I don't have that phone. That would be quite cool if I could just record with my phone, like just plug it into my phone, not have the laptop. However, this is very portable as it is. And if I do get my hands on a 15 Pro Max, I will test it out. Okay, so why do I have the FET head? What is this FET head thing? You see, this microphone, the Shure SM7B, is a notoriously quiet microphone. It doesn't record very loudly. So if you were to just connect this to an audio interface and then record, it will be quite quiet. So you'll be tempted to then boost the levels to make it louder, but then you're also boosting the unwanted noise that is a result of the mechanical, the electronic nature of the things that you're using. There's going to be some level of unwanted noise. It's referred to as the sound to noise ratio. The sound is what you want, the noise is what you don't want, and realistically, this mic has a pretty poor ratio, which is why we use something like the Fathead. I've also tried the Cloudlifter before. It's great. The sound is basically the same. I couldn't really hear any noticeable difference, but the Cloudlifter is a lot larger and bulkier. It takes up quite a bit more space, and so I had to use a Fathead because it's more portable. If you're in a studio, it doesn't really matter. You can use whichever. If you're traveling, pick up the Fathead. So the way that it works is the cable from the mic goes down into the Fathead, and then the Fathead connects to the interface, which then goes into the computer. So what the Fathead does is it actually makes the signal louder without introducing unwanted noise. And it does a fantastic job doing so. It doesn't take up any space. It connects straight to the interface, and so it saves up a lot of space. And in fact, fun fact, you don't actually even have to have an XLR cable. If I wanted to, as you can see on screen right now, as I've very cleverly recorded the B-roll beforehand, you can actually connect the Fathead straight to the mic, and then the interface straight into the Fathead, and then the cable is just the USB-C cable. I carry a cable because I record in different locations and I don't know how much slack I need, so I just have a cable. But if you're recording at your computer all the time, you don't actually need to have an XLR cable. You can just have your USB-C cable. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps out. Now, back to the content. In fact, if you really want to look at it, you don't even need a stand, because as you can see here, I'm just holding it in my hand. Now, I wouldn't recommend holding it by this bit because you're going to introduce handling noise, as you can hear. So if I were to do this, it's just easier to hold, but it's going to be a lot of handling noise. So I just pop my fingers through that and it works. I don't have to carry a mic stand with me. It's actually an app made by Shure. It's pretty straightforward. You just install it, Mac, Windows, whatever. You install it and you actually have a lot of options. For example, I installed it so I can turn on the phantom power, which you would need with a microphone like this. You want to turn on the phantom power. It also has like limiters, compressors, a lot of cool stuff. You can have it do stuff on auto, or you can manually fiddle with the options. I'm not going to go too far into it. It's a pretty useful app. I actually don't use it. I just turn on the settings and then I just close the app because I don't want to have it running all the time. So I don't have to think about it. I just use this app in my, it's called Recorda, I think. And it's really nice because I could use Adobe, I could use Audacity or Audition, but they take time to turn on. I just press the button on the taskbar and it just starts recording. Okay, so now that we've done all of this, we've covered all the tech, we've covered all the aspects. Let's hear what this sounds like. I'm now going to turn off the air conditioning. The air conditioning is now turned off. This is going to be about as quiet as this room is going to be. There's some traffic outside. We have double glazing, so that's going to remove a lot of the noise. However, this is about as close as it gets. So this is what the mic sounds without anything in the background. I'm going to give you a few seconds of quiet just so you can hear what the room sounds like without me speaking. Now, this was with the Fathead included. Now I'm going to remove the Fathead and I'm going to record, and I'm going to continue to record without the Fathead, and we're going to see what that sounds like. So this is what it sounds like without the Fathead. You can see the spectrogram, whatever thingy. It's going to be a bit noisier. I mean, to be fair, depending on what you're doing, if you're just doing content and you don't care that much, you may not even need the Fathead. If this audio is good enough for you, because you can see the mic is a few inches away from my face, I can have it even further if that helps, if you want to hear what that sounds like. It's possible you may not even need the Fathead. I prefer it, I have it, so I might as well use it. It gives a lot cleaner, a lot louder sound, but you don't actually have to use the Fathead if you don't want to. It depends on you, it depends on your preferences, it depends on what you want to do in terms of content or voiceovers or music. Okay, so in essence, we've covered why I use this mic. It's fantastic. It's just the best mic. Just buy it. I've got links down below, affiliate links. I get a cut, you know the deal. It's a fantastic mic. It sounds beautiful. It's portable if you want to make it portable. If you get the Fed head, if you get the little Shure interface, again, there's affiliate links down below for everything that I have, everything that I talk about. There's affiliate links down below for everything that I talk about, everything that I have. It's all down below. If you want to buy it, I get a cut. It's pretty good. My point is that even with something as bulky as a Shure SM7B, if you want to, you can make it portable. You can take something that you already have. You don't have to buy a lav mic. You don't have to buy a Rode. If you already have this, just use this fantastic mic, get the accessories, and you will have fantastic sound even on the road. Thank you very much for watching. I make other videos on cameras and microphones and lenses. There's links down below. There's a channel. You know what to do. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, click that bell, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.